Thanks for clicking on your tropical weather update. Meteorologist Dan Henry here watching Hurricane Michael, which is poised to become potentially the strongest hurricane ever and the first ever Category 4 hurricane to make landfall in the Florida Panhandle in recorded history dating back to 1851. So obviously extremely dangerous, very well-defined eye moving to the north around 12 miles per hour on this Wednesday morning. Sometime Wednesday afternoon, right around lunchtime or shortly thereafter, that's when the storm is going to make landfall, we think, in the Florida Panhandle. Sustained winds will be near 130 or 135 miles per hour as it does so. Fortunately, it's going to get picked up by a front and moved swiftly out to sea over the Atlantic by Thursday evening. Watches and warnings here. Hurricane warning in effect for pretty much all the Panhandle around to Cedar Key. We do have a tropical storm watch still in effect for coastal areas and a tropical storm warning out over the ocean for us here on the Suncoast, so bad idea to go boating. And right along the immediate coastline, we could have a little bit of storm surge here, especially on Longboat Key and down through Siesta, 2 to 3 feet on top of our normal high tide mark. Something else I want to talk about, we haven't mentioned this a lot, the risk is low, but we could see a severe storm or two, some gusty, damaging straight line winds and possibly a brief tornado. But again, for most of us, the threats are going to be somewhat minimal, especially compared to what folks to our north and west are dealing with. Throughout the day Wednesday, sloppy weather, very strong southerly winds will continue to move onshore, and we're going to see those locally strong storms continuing pretty much all day on Wednesday. As we head toward Thursday, then things are going to start to improve, and overall those winds are going to shift then out of the southwest, west, and then finally the northwest, and much cooler, drier air is set to move in by the weekend. Forecast wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour at times as those locally strong storms move over the Suncoast and those tropical bands of rain. Expect some ponding on the roadways, very much reduced visibility, and very, very dangerous conditions along our beaches and over the Gulf waters through Thursday. Beach forecast for tomorrow really couldn't be much worse. High rip currents, coastal flooding possible, gusts of 35 miles per hour routinely. And as far as the impacts to the rest of the Suncoast, not a whole lot of worry about flooding. 1 to 2 inches of rain that is heavy at times, 35 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts, and 6 to 8 foot surf with 2 to 3 feet of surge possible. I'm live throughout the morning on SNN as well. Marco Lamano takes over for me at 5 a.m. and we continue team coverage of Hurricane Michael on SNN all day Wednesday.